So let's go to memberships. Let's click the add membership. And we're going to call this the money confidence. The money, let's make it money confidence membership. We will create that. And it's doing its thing. And the first one is the basic info. So that's got the name. You can also put the sales promotional page in here, which is going to be the money confidence course. So, and here you can actually put your image. So we're going to select a file and we're going to go into our desktop, MCC. Okay. And we're going to go to membership, images, and we'll use the money confidence. Okay, let's check that off. Confirm. Confirm and cool. So we got our little logo there. Now keep in mind, you can always change any of the stuff. Everything is editable at any point in time. You can go backward, forward, wherever you want. You can always change stuff. Like if you get in there and say, oh, I wish it didn't have that, or I wish that little thing wasn't there. Just feel free to change it. Now our membership, we want this to be password protected. We don't want just anybody in here. We only want people in here that have purchased the money confidence course. So we're going to save that. And we're going to move to the next one. Now, here's the exciting part. We actually get to build our membership site. So we launch the builder. And this is where we're going to set it up. This is going to give you another tutorial here. Just like when you went to Pages, you got the tutorial. It showed you what all the stuff was. And I'm going to show you that anyway. But I'll just skip through that. New posts, the sidebar contents. We're going to get all of the stuff. Put the logo. Not actually show you what it does. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so we don't want this popping up every time. So I'm going to say, don't show that again. All right, now here we go. We are in here. So the first thing that we're going to do, this little bar here closes that down because sometimes you'll want to see what you're doing here, and you can edit all of the stuff in here. So the first thing, like you notice, I'm rolling over that and there's no way to do it until you edit over here. So click the little pencil. There's the logo. So we've got let's see if we've got a long one. Let's just put Money Coach Chris in there. Okay, we'll select that. We will save. Okay, now another thing in here, when you go to edit, you'll notice it's got the search stuff. This is the stuff that's up at the top. So this is like if you want to change what that says for search or the My Profile or the site, it's also got the help desk in there and the logout. So we'll keep those as is. And you'll also notice you have another edit button down here. This is for your menu. This is where you set up the structure of your site. So we will go ahead and we'll click that. And this is where you can add your categories. So home is always the top. You can change the name of home if you like, but we're going to go ahead and add a category in here. So this has added one category. Let's add another one and another one. So we've got 3 categories. This is going to create the links across the top. And then you'll notice here you can add subcategories. So you can add as many categories or subcategories as you like. So let me go over here and take a quick look at what we have. Membership. Okay, so we have a money confidence game. and we have a money confidence course. So I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to call this the money confidence game. We don't need the B in there. And we're going to call this one the money confidence course. Okay, and this one, let's call that resources, because we might want to put resources in there where we can add links and additional value and all that kind of stuff. Now, notice this is not allowing us to save it. Why is that? It's because we haven't saved it here. So now that is locked in. That one's locked in. When this one locks in, now we can save. So when we save that, notice there's our links. Yeah, the B, I didn't get the B out of that one. So let's just go back and edit that again. We'll remove that. Again, you can't save it until you save it here. There we go. Now we've got money confidence game, money confidence course, and resources. If you wanted a subcategory under here, you go back and edit, and here we can add a subcategory. Like instead of subcategory, we might say links. And then we want another subcategory, and maybe we'll call that videos. I don't know if this is actually what Chris is going to want, but I'm just basically doing this for just to show you how it works. So we're going to save that. Now you'll notice when we roll over here, we have links and videos. And when we go to these pages, we'll notice we have a specific page. Up here, when you add subcategories, it actually removes the main one. So there's nothing really to click here, although you can click here and go to that page. But when you go over here, you have to actually select the links or the videos. So just know that don't get frustrated. That's just the way it is and the way it works. So whatever page that you want to edit, like let's say we want to go over here and we want to be on the home page and we want to start editing the home page. The first thing that we want to do is we want to add a host. So we'll want to drop the host in there. And now we want to know how we want to set this up, how we want it to look. If we want it to look like that, this is basically just formatting. I think this one is cool. And that, that puts it, kind of frames him nicely. You can enter a bio there if you want. You can enter social media icons. I never do that. I never enter the social media icons because I don't want to take people out of my membership. I want to bring them here. So I use all the social media to bring them in. I don't use it to send them out. All right, so we've got our coach here, our host. Now let's see the bio, because notice we can't save here till we put the bio. This is our money coach. See there, added the money coach. Now we can save it. And there he is. There's our money coach. Awesome. Now over here in home, you notice it says drag your post content here. So over here under post content, we have all these different options. So we can add a headline, and wherever it turns green, you can drop it. And then we can just double click on it. We can center it. We can change the text here to whatever we want. We can also put links. You have full access to format this text. You can change the color, the background color, bold, underlined, whatever you want to do. You can change the spacing. You can change the font and just highlight that. And if you want to change the font, you can pick Arial or Comic Sans or, whatever you want. Verdana. I usually like Verdana or Arial. I typically stay away from stuff that's hard to read. It might look pretty, but you want this really easy for your people to read. So I do it that way. Now, if you want text under here, like you want to put a paragraph of text, you can drop that in. If you want a divider, let's say you want to put a divider between your headline, you can put that nice little divider in there. You can put, there's a bunch of stuff here, download buttons, resource links, opt-in forms, checkout forms. If you've got a Kartra webinar, a calendar, remember we have a calendar. If we want to put a calendar in here, we can literally drop a calendar in there and it'll ask which one we want. And there she blows. Pretty cool. So if you decide you don't want the calendar, you made a mistake, you just delete it and off it goes. You can put surveys, playlists, even custom code. Like if you have custom HTML code for something that you've developed, you can literally drop that right in this page. Pretty cool. Now, if you've got a, let's say you want to put a video in there, you just drag it over wherever you want to put it. You can drop it on anything that turns green. When you drop the video, you get to choose if it's a Kartra video, which we haven't loaded up yet, so we can't use that one. If it's a YouTube video, you literally just put the YouTube URL in there. Go to YouTube, copy the URL out of the address bar, paste it in there. That's all there is to it. Same thing with Wistia and Vimeo. So you can drop videos into here very, very easily. So that's how you edit these. Now, when you go to a page like this, you'll notice home was pre-formatted for you. But here we don't have any content over here because we don't have a post. So you have to add a post in here. So see how it says new post here under content? You have to drag a new post in there. Now for the post, you can call this whatever you want. You can call this, like, I'm just going to call it post 1. You can call it whatever you like. And then it's in that category. So we add that in, and now you'll see we have post 1. When we turn this over, that's a clickable link now. So when you come into this page, you'll notice this is going to be common on all the pages. That's our coach. And here you'd have as many posts as you want. Like we can come back over here, open this up again, and we can say, let's add another post. Let's call this post 2. So now you'll notice we have 2 posts. So we're on post 2 right now. We can go to post 1. And this is almost like subcategories of this, and it adds them up here as well. So it's automatically adding this, the navigation under this category. So notice too that when you do this, once you add your posts, now you can no longer click on that one. You have to click on the actual one you want. So you want to label these appropriately as to what's in them. So that's something that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to edit those, name those to whatever the stuff is that's in your course. So I'm going to go over here, going to do the same thing. Let's just add a new post here. We'll call this one post 1. And we'll add another one, post 2. So if you had a bunch of different videos, you can do that. You can literally build this into anything you want. Okay, so there we go. We've got post 1, post 2, post 1, post 2. And now over here, we've got links. So since we've already got that there, we need to put a post in here. And we want to call this, let's call this resource links. So we're going to save that. Now, notice up here, it's still links, but over here we've got resource links. And wherever you have a post, it doesn't matter which page you're on, you still have to have your post content here. So over here, you want to scroll down to post contents, and you'll want to add your headlines. So let's see. So let's go to post 2, and we'll just add the bogus headlines in here for everything. Just so we've got this thing, the shell formatted for you. Now you can see how easy this is to add stuff, and you can add images, you can add videos, you can add buttons, dividers, highlight boxes, everything right up to your own custom code. So whatever you want, you just drop it in here. You can separate the stuff with dividers. If you want to put dividers in between, you can edit all of the stuff. Like if you want to edit that divider, actually you can't edit that divider. You can move it. Say you want to move it, you can do that. If you want to edit the text, most anything, you roll over it to edit it. That's how you get to the edit menu. All right, so moving right along, I think we've got at least a headline in each of these. Okay, links. No, we don't have a headline in that one. So let's put that in there. And videos. Let's put a headline in videos as well. Okay, so back here, we have to add a post. So we've got post. Now we can go ahead and put the headline in there. Now I know over here on one of these, on the course, I know that Chris has stuff in here to download. Like, let's look at the course. Let's go back here. Product membership. Okay, here's the course materials. So he's got some videos here, and he's also got a course handout. So let's go ahead and just add that in here. So under the course materials, let's change this. Under here, let's say course handout. We'll get this thing all dialed in. So we'll say course handout there. And now what we'll do over here, we can actually put a button or a download button. Let's put a download button. Okay, so first thing, we're going to select a file. It's going to be a document. We're going to have to find it. So we want to go up here into membership, course materials, and there's our course handout. So that's going to upload the PDF, upload it to the Kartra library. Now we have to select it, confirm, and now we can come over here and we can name it. Course handout. So that's actually the right name anyway, so we will just leave it as is. All right, so there's our button for the course handout download. Now it's got an underline, so let's actually change the name. Take that out. Okay, that looks better. Now, under here, under post 2, let's put the course videos. So let's actually change this. course videos. Let's save that. So now we've got the course videos. So we might not want this, so we can delete that. Now, remember, we don't have any videos loaded up yet, but let's go back to our second page that we have opened up in Kartra. And we created the pages here. Let's go over and create videos. So for videos, we're going to go under media. I'm going to go under the media tab, and their videos. We're going to add a video. So upload one video. You can upload multiple, but let's just do one for the time being. Now, the video name, let's go back and look and see what it is. This is course video 1. Let's just call it that. So course video 1. Let's create that. Okay, so we're going to upload the video, course video 1. Now it takes it a minute here to upload the file, and it's got a render and all that good stuff. So I don't think these are long videos, so it shouldn't take too long, but it's preparing the file. This might sit here, depending on the size of the video, it could sit there for a while, but we got lucky. Chris made us short videos, so that's really cool. Now we can go here and we can change the display. We're going to put embed and responsive. So that way it's just going to take whatever size the browser is. Time segments. This is really cool. You can add time segments onto this video, and that way you can put triggers in to see how long they watched your video. That's a really, really useful, almost diabolical tool. If let's say you've got a 1 hour webinar video and your offer comes at 45 minutes in. If they haven't made it to the offer, you can put a time segment in here to add a tag if they didn't make it to the offer. And then that can trigger an email follow-up that says, hey, you didn't get to the offer. Here's a link to pick up the video right where you left off. Really, really powerful feature right there. Now, under settings, this is where you can, if you want to change this image, you can upload your custom image. You can put a watermark. You can change the skin on here. Like the skin means this little button here. So if you want a different kind of button, you can do that. I like the first one. I think that's a pretty universal, good looking button. You can mute on start. I don't do that. You can autoplay on load. I usually don't do that either. I let them decide to click. And then visitor memory. This is a cool one. That basically, if you roll over here, it says when you revisit at a later time, the video resumes playing where you left off. That is, if you guys don't understand the power of that, I don't know what to tell you. That is awesome. Okay, so sticky upon scroll. This basically means the video sticks. If they scroll the page, the video stays solid in that location. You can do social share. I don't usually use that because, again, I don't want to send them off to social. But here, the social share button, now that I think about it, that's actually if they want to share this button out to their social media. But since this is a paid membership site, I don't want to do that. I don't want them sharing my paid content. So here is show the playback speed. And then there's an overlay title if you want to put a title over the video. There's calls to action. This is like if you want to add a new call to action, like if they take an action in here, it will do something else. Again, we're just making this simple for now, but you got to know this video player, this video feature in Kartra is incredibly powerful. You can add tags, you can tag your leads, and then you can also do an end action. You can say just end the video. You can loop back to the beginning. You can play the next video, or you can redirect them to a URL. So again, this thing is really, really powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And there we go. And you see there's no tags and there's no calls to action. And this is a 7-second video. So I think this is just a placeholder video. So let's go back here. Let's go to the sidebar and let's add a video. And I'm hoping it shows up in there because we just loaded it up, but a Kartra video. And it's not showing up. Not showing up. So basically, we haven't refreshed this because we're still working in here. So let's go out of here. Let's do a save and exit. That'll allow us to refresh this. And when we save and exit, here we get to choose the style. So when I like this one myself, so I'm going to select that one, and then we'll save and exit. This takes us back here. I'm going to launch the builder again. Let's see if that video shows up now. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's drag the video over. We're going to do Kartra video. No particular category, and it's not showing up yet. Let's see. I think it's probably because we're stuck in here. So let's, before we leave, I forgot, let's change the color here. We're going to add a color to this, and let's go over to Chris's document. Let's make the header that color. So let's put that in, and that is a hex color. So we have to put the pound. Oh, we need a Control V there. So that is his color. So we want to add that. Now here, this is really cool. You can create a palette, and we can call this the Money Coach palette. Now we can add a color to that. See, we just added the color that we just had in there. Now we can go over here. We can get out of the palette. We can do the accent color. So let's choose his accent color to be that one. Okay, so accent color, I'm going to do again, I'm going to do the pound, paste the number in there, and we want to add that color. So we just added that accent color. And he has a third color in here, and just because we're here right now, I'm going to go ahead and add it so it's in our palette. This saves you so much time and effort when you get into creating stuff and your color palette is right there for you. That's really cool. So now he has his full color palette available right there for him. So let's say we want to change this and we want that color. All done, all good. We've got the palette. Anytime we want to select a color, there's our palette. If you want a new palette, you can always do that too. You can come over here and you can create a new palette. You can rename the palette. You can edit the colors. You can delete the palette. So full control. All right, so let's save and exit again. Let's go out of here. And let me try one more thing. Save and next. And I think this might fix that. So now let's go back. If it doesn't this time, we'll leave it and we'll come back to it later, but I think this might do it. Okay, so back to video. We're just basically trying to reset it so it has our video. It's not doing it. All right, let's just leave it alone and we'll come back to it. Let's move through the rest of this and we will come back. All right, so comments. This is where you can turn comments on and off. When I'm doing a membership site, I never allow comments in the membership site because this is a paid membership site and I don't want this to turn into the Wild West. So I always leave the comments off. You can feel free to toggle them on if you want. So here it says there's 0 posts on and there's 6 posts off. So I'm going to save that. Now, here is a cool thing. This is membership access levels. So basically, you start off with a basic standard level. Now you can change the name of this, but it starts off with standard. And then it shows all of your posts and whether these are toggled on or off. So I'm going to do this. I don't think Chris has more than one level, but I'm going to add one in here just to show you how it works. So I'm going to add a pro level. Now, with a pro level, you get to say what the people in the pro level get access to. So obviously, we want to give them access to everything, but on the standard level, we might not want to give them the resource links or the resource videos. They might just get the game and the course. They might not get the bonuses. So in the pro level, these guys are going to pay a little bit more and they get to access more. So you can add up to 4 levels here. You can have different price levels for different things that you're going to make available to them in your membership. That's really powerful. Here again is another powerful thing, giving them instant access versus allowing access to this post in a certain number of days or on a specific date. So here's something to think about. If you have a 30-day money back guarantee and you have a very in-depth course and you've got a lot of content, you might make them go through the content, like give them week 1 content and week 2 content. Let's say it's a 12-week course. So at the end of the 4th week, you are really hitting them hard with the stuff that's coming out on week 5. But if they want a refund, if they want to cancel and refund out, they're never going to see that content. They don't get instant access to it. They get access to that level after 30 days. So they're going to miss out. You're going to hit them with Fomo and they're going to stay in your membership and keep paying and not ask for a refund. So that's what this is for. This is when these posts are unlocked. So for right now, we're just going to give them instant access. That's perfectly okay. But understand that that's what that's for. Really cool feature. Now, also, you get to manage the locked posts. So when we go in here, this is where you can configure who gets access to what. Like you can say here, don't display posts in the nav bar if it's locked. You can also say display a post, but keep it unclickable, where they can see it in the nav bar. They just can't click on it. Or my absolute favorite, let's go down here and the resources. Like the only ones that get access to this is the pro. So I'm going to say display a post or display the post in the nav bar, but pop up a teaser window if they click on it. Now I'm going to configure the teaser window. I'm going to say, this content is locked. So I'm going to select that. Next. Okay, so you get it. You change this to say it's going to be available immediately. You change this to my template. You can change the button text here. You can change the link that it's going to. We can use our color scheme. Well, oh, you know what it is? It wants the URL in there. If you don't have the URL in there, this might be a bug. I might have found a bug in Kartra. Yeah, that's a bug. All right. Well, I'm going to have to report that to them. But anyway, that's the way this thing works. It might be because I'm using Firefox too. That might be, this might be a Firefox issue. What I've found is whenever you get browser glitches like that, if you try Chrome, usually Chrome gets you where you want to go. So that kicked us out. Let's start over. Let's go back to edit. We don't have to start from scratch. We just pick up where we left off. So we were on access levels. But while we're here, I do want to check something. I want to launch the builder and see if our video showed up. I think it's going to be in there now. So if we go back here, course videos. Let's see, our course handout there. Okay, so course videos. So we need to pull something over here. Let's pull a video. No particular video. There it is. So we just literally had to log out, log back in. So now we've got our video in there. How cool is that? You can click on that thing and
welcome to the Money Confidence course. This is the video number 1 placeholder video.
So that's just a placeholder. So cool. So I'm going to save and exit out of here. So now you've got to see the video. We're kind of working through the system here. So we'll save and next. We've got our comments commented out. We have our access levels. This is where we were setting this up. We were setting up the the display the teaser window, which apparently doesn't work in the Firefox browser. So that's good to know. So I'm pretty sure if you do this in Chrome, this will work fine. All right, so let's save that. That is a really powerful feature too, that manage locked posts. If you want to make extra money in your business, that's a great way to do it. Now, progress bar. This will show a progress bar at the bottom, like what they've gone through, what they've actually seen so far and what they haven't. The default is no, don't display the progress bar. If you want to display it and you want to force them to go through a course in linear progression, you check this one off. If you just want to display what they've seen and don't force them through it, then you check that one off. So I'm just going to leave it off for now. And we'll move to the next one. Help desk. It's a great thing since we have a help desk to add that into our membership. So we simply select the help desk and add it in. And now we get a welcome message. This is where we can send a welcome message or not send one. I always like to send a welcome message here. We're using our default email address, so that's good. Now, here is where we get to format the email. They give you the login, like when somebody gets access to this, they get the login page, the email, the password, and the basic content text here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that because I'm going to set up a custom email and a custom email template here for this. So in here, you can put the money confidence login information. So you always want to make this thing specific and customized. Now, instead of just doing a regular email, I'm going to go over here to rich HTML. And you'll notice it wiped out my email here. and I need that content. So that's why I copied it. So now I'm going to go to rich HTML and I want a template. I want to make this thing look really cool. So they have a bunch of templates in here. I honestly think most of these templates are way too gaudy for an email template. So I kind of look through here and see if we can't find something simple. Man, they have a lot of email templates. And the last one is the one that I personally like. It's simple. So I'm just going to drag it over here. I'm going to drop it in. Now, I would never put an image like that in an email. So I'm going to knock that out. I'm going to delete that. I want to change the top here, and I want a different color. Guess which color I want? I want the Money Coach Chris Blue. And then I want the logo. So I'm going to select the image, and I want the Money Coach Chris logo. So now I've got a cool logo. The blue doesn't exactly match, so this could potentially be a transparent background image. Let me just see what we've got here. If we want to upload, I think we have, actually, I think it's right there. Let's try that. Okay, so it is, but it's not quite perfect. That should be white text probably, and maybe have a little bit of a glow around there. But for now, we're going to leave it. It's good enough. Down here, I want to change the text, or I want to change the color again. I want the same Money Coach blue. Again, this is me. I don't like putting social icons on there. And let's change that to 2023. This might be kind of hard to. We don't. All right. So you see the problem here. This is Firefox. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to push that down and see if that doesn't help me out a little bit. Yes, it does. Okay. So there's always a way to skin the cat in here. You just have to be a little creative. But I don't want my emails sending everybody to social media. Again, I believe that social media should be sending everyone to me. I don't send them out to them. All right, so just a simple all rights reserved. Let's put Money Coach Chris, all rights reserved. We probably don't want someone else's signature in there. So let's just put Chris. Or Chris, if you want to put your signature, you can do that digitally and then just plug it in here as an image right there. Use the image library, drag an image into your email, and you're good to go. So let's change this. And that's back our text that I copied out before. So that's going to be our template. Now you can change the text here to whatever you want, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this as a template. So now I'm going to call it my basic template, basic mail. And I'm going to use that template in a lot of places. So I just saved myself a whole bunch of work to use that template and make all my emails look the same, branded, cool. Now, here's something that I do. It's a little trick. You can add stuff in here. Like I want to add text to the bottom of this. So I'm going to click the text thing here, and I'm going to grab this piece of text. And where I'm going to drop this is I'm going to drop it right here. And you might be wondering what I'm doing here, but I'm going to put a bunch of spaces in here, just blank spaces. I'm just pushing this down. And the reason I'm doing that, no one's going to ever see that in the email. It's just going to be blank space. But Kartra always puts the Kartra logo at the bottom of your email. And it also puts the unsubscribe link. And so many people will click that link thinking it's just, people click links, right? And if they click that link, they're going to unsubscribe from your list by accident. So I just put that space in there. I push it down, just get it out of the way. So, and that again is the template. So since I forgot to put that in, I'm going to save this as a template again. And I'm going to put this as the new mail template. And I'm going to save that. So that's our new mail template. Then what you'll notice is if you go over here under the variable, you'll see design templates, and then you'll see my templates. And you'll notice that new one. So I'm going to delete this old one just so we don't have any problems. And you'll notice that new template now is there available for you to use in all of your emails. So that's a really, really cool feature. And it's got our plugins in there the way we want it. So I'm just going to save that. All right, so our email is ready to go. Next, we can go on to automations. This again is where you can add tags and lists. We've already done that because they get tagged and listed when they purchase this product. So we don't have to worry about that. And we don't have to worry about sequences and automations either, because that's all taken care of in a different spot. And we are finished up. So now notice it says go to my products, because your membership is done now. So you can go back to the products, and remember this one wasn't complete. So let's edit it. Let's edit this product, and you just click next, and you just go through the steps till you get over here. Now notice this is another cool little feature. You notice I just clicked it and it goes to step 2. So if we say 3, 4, 5 up here in the URL bar, if we change that 2 to a 5 and hit enter, guess what? It pops us right over there. So if you want to save a bunch of time, you can jump steps ahead by just changing the number up here in the URL bar. All right, so what we're doing is we're configuring what we didn't configure before, and we're going to add the membership, money confidence, access level, standard, money confidence. Now, both of these are standard level, but you can see if they did a different price level, you could add them to the pro. I just did that as an example, but in this case, they're getting the same level. So we're just going to add them to the same level depending on what price they purchased at. So now our product is complete. So now we have a membership and a product. The product sells access to the membership. So at this point, we have all of our foundations set up. We have our product ready, literally ready to sell right now. We have a membership site to deliver all what they've purchased. And the only thing now we're down to is marketing. So that's what we're going to hit next.